Affected by the pandemic, textile SMEs are encouraged to improve performance. Following the coverage, the Ministry of Industry continues to support small and medium industry (IKM) players, including the textile and apparel sector, in order to be able to rise from the pressure of the COVID-19 pandemic. Various strategies have been carried out, for example encouraging increased production and sales through online marketing support. We know that SMEs can be more agile in their strategies by taking advantage of existing assets and opportunities, so that their productivity performance can increase, said Industry Minister Agustinus Wongkartasismita. There are serious problems that hinder Indonesia's exports. Following the coverage, expensive container shipping costs are a problem for exporters today. Exporters revealed that the cost of container costs increased many times to several destination countries, such as Australia, Europe, the Middle East, as well as the United States. Chairman of the Indonesian Logistics Association, Mahendra Rianto, said that the exporters most affected were small exporters such as MSMEs. Logistics costs could be more expensive than the selling price of their products. Garment imports subject to duties assessed can trigger smuggling. Following the coverage, the government's plan to impose a number of tariffs on trade security measures or safeguards for imported garment products is estimated to be prone to creating loopholes for certain elements to carry out illegal imports. According to BIMA, safeguards are actually important, for example to prevent flooding of textiles from conventional routes to e-commerce routes. Especially since the change in society to look for apparel on e-commerce platforms, the phenomenon of cheap clothes from China has emerged. Ministry of Industry encourages environmentally friendly and competitive SMEs. Following the coverage, the Ministry of Industry pays attention to waste management in the small and medium industry (IKM) sector. Efficiency and safety of IKM waste treatment is an important aspect to realize a green industry. The application of a green industry is needed so that SMEs can be competitive in the midst of today's environmental changes. Moreover, SMEs are believed to have a strategic role in the national economy. We support IKM players to be more aware of the importance of adapting and doing their business, said the head of the Standardization and Industrial Services Policy Agency, BISCG, of the Ministry of Industry. Textile industry is critical. Entrepreneurs ask the government to stop imports. Following the coverage, condition of the domestic textile and textile products (TPT) industry is increasingly critical to this day. Chairman of the Indonesian Textile Association (API), Jemi Kartiwasastratmaja said the textile industry utilization had fallen by an average of only around 55% since March 2021. The purchasing power of the people who have not been normal due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the massive sales of imported goods in the domestic market have put pressure on the local textile industry. Majority of creditors approve Sritex's request for 120 days PKPU extension. Following the coverage, PT Sri Rejeki Isman Tbk's legal advisor, Patra M. Zain, said that the majority of creditors agreed to extend the suspension of debt payment obligations (PKPU) for Sritex and its three entities from temporary PKPU to permanent PKPU. The trial for the PKPU extension decision will take place on June 21, 2021 at the Commercial Court of Semarang, Central Java. In the previous meeting at the Commercial Court at the Semarang District Court, Patra said, there were several suggestions from creditors to the management and supervisory judge regarding the length of time for the extension. Textile factory in Karanganyar fires. Police are still investigating the cause. Following the coverage, one of the textile industry work units in the weaving section of PT Kusumahati Sandasa located at Jalan Lau KM 9, Jatan, Karanganyar caught fire. The cause of the fire is not yet known, but 5 fire engines were dispatched to extinguish the blaze. A moment later, it only took 8 minutes, the fire brigade team from Karanganyar arrived at the location and immediately struggled to extinguish the Red Rooster.